Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and emotional mastery. It is the ability to look inward and recognize your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors as they unfold. Without self-awareness, you're like a ship adrift at sea, reacting to the waves rather than steering toward your chosen destination. But when you cultivate it, you gain clarity about your internal world and how it shapes your experiences. This understanding empowers you to make deliberate choices rather than being driven by subconscious patterns. At the heart of self-awareness is the practice of observing your emotions without judgment. Too often we are quick to label emotions as good or bad, as though feeling anger or sadness somehow makes us flawed. But emotions are simply information. They tell us what's happening beneath the surface. For instance, anger might signal a boundary has been crossed, while sadness might indicate the need for healing. As you grow older, you become more savvy at handling emotions, and the attempts to control them set you up for failure. By paying attention to these signals, we learn to decode what our emotions are really telling us. Another critical aspect of self-awareness is understanding your triggers. Everyone has experiences, words, or situations that provoke strong emotional reactions. When you identify what triggers you, you can begin to anticipate these moments and approach them with greater intentionality. Instead of being caught off guard, you're prepared to manage your response. This doesn't mean you'll eliminate discomfort, but you'll be better equipped to handle it in a way that aligns with your values. Self-awareness also extends to your patterns of thought. How often do you catch yourself in cycles of negative self-talk or limiting beliefs? These mental habits often go unnoticed, but have a profound impact on how you feel and behave. By becoming aware of them, you can start to challenge and reframe those thoughts. For example, turning "I'm not good enough" into "I am capable and learning" shifts your mindset and creates space for growth. The way you show up in relationships is another area where self-awareness is essential. Being conscious of how your emotions and actions affect others helps build stronger connections. It allows you to communicate more effectively, set healthy boundaries, and empathize with the perspectives of those around you. When you know yourself, you're better able to understand others. And self-awareness also sharpens your decision-making. Instead of making choices based on fear, impulse, or habit, you're guided by a deeper understanding of what truly matters to you. This clarity helps you align your actions with your goals and values, creating a life that feels authentic and purposeful. Over time, this alignment fosters a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. The journey towards self-awareness requires consistent effort and self-reflection. Practices like mindfulness, journaling, or seeking feedback from trusted friends can illuminate parts of yourself you may not yet see. These tools encourage you to explore the why behind your thoughts and actions, uncovering the root causes of your behaviors. With practice, this process becomes second nature, deepening your understanding of yourself. Lastly, self-awareness is not a destination, but a lifelong process. As you grow and evolve, so too will your understanding of yourself. New challenges, experiences, and relationships will offer opportunities to learn more about who you are. This continuous self-discovery enriches your life and ensures that you're always moving toward becoming the best version of yourself. Responding instead of reacting is a powerful principle that can transform how you navigate life's challenges. A reaction is immediate, often driven by emotion and impulse, while a response is thoughtful, deliberate, and rooted in self-restraint. The difference between the two lies in the pause, a moment of reflection that allows you to choose your next step with intention. This approach not only helps you maintain composure, but also strengthens relationships and creates better outcomes in difficult situations. When you react impulsively, your emotions take the wheel, often leading to choices you later regret. Anger, fear, or frustration can cloud your judgment, causing you to say or do things that escalate a situation instead of resolving it. For example, a heated argument can quickly spiral out of control when both parties are reacting without pausing to consider the impact of their words. By responding instead of reacting, you create space to de-escalate tension and communicate more effectively. Responding requires a shift in mindset. It begins with recognizing that you don't have to be a slave to your emotions. Emotions are powerful, yes, but they are also fleeting. They come and go like waves, and you have the ability to observe them without being swept away. Practicing mindfulness can help you develop this awareness, allowing you to notice your emotional state without immediately acting on it. And this can lead to growth or demoralization. Typically, there are 4 stages to this process. Emotional withdrawal. This awareness is the first step toward responding thoughtfully. The pause is a simple yet transformative tool in the process of responding. When you feel triggered or overwhelmed, taking a moment to breathe and collect your thoughts can make all the difference. This pause doesn't have to be long. It can be as short as a single deep breath or as deliberate as stepping away from the situation for a few minutes. In that pause, you regain control over your emotions and create space to choose a response that aligns with your values. Now, learning to respond instead of reacting also involves empathy and understanding. When someone's words or actions provoke you, it's easy to assume the worst about their intentions. But pausing to consider their perspective can shift your approach. Perhaps they're having a bad day, or maybe their actions are rooted in their own fears and insecurities. Responding with compassion rather than defensiveness can diffuse conflict and foster mutual respect. Another key aspect of responding is clarity of communication. When you respond thoughtfully, you're more likely to articulate your thoughts and feelings in a way that others can understand. This reduces misunderstandings and creates opportunities for productive dialogue. For instance, instead of yelling in frustration, you might calmly express, "I feel hurt when this happens, and I'd like us to work on a solution together." Such responses build bridges instead of walls. Responding also empowers you to set boundaries. When you're reactive, you may agree to things you don't want or tolerate behavior that doesn't align with your principles, simply to avoid conflict. But a thoughtful response allows you to assert your needs and values respectfully, saying, "Let me think about that," or "I'm not comfortable with this," demonstrates both self-respect and consideration for others. Finally, the practice of responding rather than reacting cultivates emotional resilience. The more you exercise control over your responses, the more adept you become at handling challenging situations with grace and composure. Over time, this strengthens your ability to navigate stress, manage conflicts, and maintain inner peace, even in the face of adversity. Emotional resilience is the ability to adapt, recover, and grow stronger in the face of life's challenges. It doesn't mean you won't feel pain, disappointment, or frustration. Those are natural human experiences. Instead, emotional resilience equips you to navigate those feelings and emerge from difficulties with a sense of strength and clarity. This inner fortitude allows you to face uncertainty and change without being consumed by fear or doubt, making it a critical skill for leading a fulfilling and balanced life. At the core of emotional resilience is the recognition that setbacks are a part of life. No one is immune to challenges, whether they stem from personal relationships, work, or unexpected events. Resilient individuals understand that hardships don't define them. Instead, they see these moments as opportunities to learn and grow. This mindset fosters a sense of hope and determination, even when the path forward feels unclear or overwhelming. Another vital aspect of emotional resilience is the ability to regulate emotions effectively. This doesn't mean suppressing how you feel or pretending everything is fine. Rather, it's about acknowledging your emotions, understanding their root causes, and finding healthy ways to process them. Whether through mindfulness, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend, resilient people know how to release negative emotions without letting them take over their lives. And then flexibility is a key trait of emotionally resilient individuals. Life rarely goes according to plan, and rigid expectations can lead to frustration and disillusionment. Resilience involves adapting to changing circumstances with an open mind and a willingness to explore new possibilities. Instead of clinging to what should have happened, resilient individuals focus on what they can do in the present moment to move forward. As a result, in the face of barriers, life slows down a bit and helps you adjust your perspectives. And in the face of barriers, life slows down a bit and helps you adjust your perspective. Instead of clinging to something that should inspire and motivate you to resist problems, reject failure, and reach success, life flows down a level. A strong support system also plays a crucial role in building emotional resilience. While resilience is often seen as an internal strength, it's deeply connected to the relationships you nurture. Friends, family, mentors, or even professional counselors can provide perspective, encouragement, and a sense of belonging during tough times. Resilient people don't hesitate to seek help when needed, understanding that leaning on others is a sign of strength, not weakness. Self-compassion is another cornerstone of emotional resilience. When faced with failure or disappointment, it's easy to fall into a cycle of self-criticism and doubt. Resilient individuals practice kindness toward themselves, recognizing that mistakes and setbacks are part of being human. They treat themselves with the same understanding and encouragement they would offer to a friend, which helps them recover more quickly and move forward with confidence. Cultivating a sense of purpose can significantly enhance emotional resilience. When you have a clear sense of what matters most to you, whether it's your relationships, career, passions, or personal growth, you're better equipped to stay grounded during challenging times. Purpose acts as an anchor, reminding you of your values and long-term goals, even when the immediate circumstances feel difficult. Lastly, emotional resilience is strengthened through proactive self-care. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being creates a strong foundation for handling stress and adversity. Regular exercise, a healthy diet, sufficient sleep, and practices like meditation or relaxation techniques all contribute to your ability to remain steady in the face of life's ups and downs. By prioritizing your health, you give yourself the resources needed to remain resilient no matter what comes your way. Self-talk is the ongoing internal dialogue that shapes how you perceive yourself and the world around you. It's the voice in your head that comments on your experiences, decisions, and emotions. Whether you realize it or not, self-talk influences your confidence, motivation, and overall mental well-being. By becoming aware of this inner dialogue, you can take steps to shift it in a positive direction, creating a powerful tool for personal growth and resilience. The first step in understanding the role of self-talk is recognizing its impact on your emotional state. Negative self-talk, such as criticizing yourself for mistakes or doubting your abilities, can lead to feelings of inadequacy, stress, and low self-esteem. For example, thoughts like, "I'll never be good enough," or "I always mess things up," create a self-fulfilling cycle of doubt and discouragement. Right. Conversely, positive self-talk can uplift and empower you, reminding you of your strengths and potential, even in challenging situations. Self-talk also plays a critical role in how you approach obstacles and setbacks. When faced with a challenge, negative self-talk might make you focus on the difficulty and feel overwhelmed, while positive self-talk encourages you to see the situation as an opportunity for growth. For instance, instead of saying, "I can't do this," positive self-talk reframes the situation with thoughts like, "This is hard, but I can figure it out." Your situation, this shift in perspective can make the difference between giving up and persevering. The way you talk to yourself also influences your relationships. Negative self-talk can create insecurities that manifest in how you interact with others. For example, if you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not interesting," you might withdraw or struggle to connect with people. On the other hand, positive self-talk fosters confidence and openness, making it easier to build meaningful relationships. By changing the narrative within, you improve how you show up in your interactions with others. Another critical aspect of self-talk is its impact on decision-making. When your internal dialogue is filled with fear and doubt, you may hesitate to take risks or pursue opportunities. Negative self-talk can amplify the fear of failure, holding you back from reaching your full potential. In contrast, encouraging self-talk helps you take calculated risks and trust your instincts, empowering you to make choices aligned with your goals and values. Self-talk is also a key factor in how you handle criticism and feedback. If your inner voice is already harsh and self-critical, external criticism can feel devastating. However, when your self-talk is supportive and constructive, you're better equipped to view feedback as an opportunity to grow rather than a personal attack. For instance, replacing "I failed, so I'm not good enough" with "I made a mistake, but I can learn from this" fosters a mindset of resilience and improvement. Cultivating positive self-talk requires practice and self-awareness. One effective technique is to challenge negative thoughts as they arise. Ask yourself, "Is this thought true? Or would I say this to someone I care about?" Often you'll find that negative self-talk is based on fear or unrealistic expectations. Replacing those thoughts with more balanced and compassionate statements helps rewire your internal dialogue over time. And lastly, self-talk is not just about addressing negative thoughts, but also about reinforcing positive ones. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and remind yourself of your strengths and progress. Affirmations, gratitude, and words of encouragement can create a powerful ripple effect, boosting your mood and reinforcing a sense of self-worth. The more you practice positive self-talk, the more it becomes a natural part of how you think and feel every day. Emotions are not just feelings. They are powerful forms of energy that influence your actions, decisions, and interactions. Each emotion carries its own unique energy, whether it's the fiery intensity of anger, the uplifting buoyancy of joy, or the heavy pull of sadness. This energy can either propel you forward or hold you back, depending on how you understand and channel it. Learning to harness the energy of your emotions is key to living with purpose and clarity. Anger, for example, is often seen as a negative emotion, but its energy can be transformative when directed constructively. The surge of anger you feel when faced with injustice or mistreatment holds the potential to inspire change and set boundaries. Recognizing anger as a signal rather than a problem helps you use its energy productively. Similarly, the energy of joy is contagious and uplifting, acting as a powerful motivator. When you experience joy, your entire being feels lighter and your outlook becomes more optimistic. Joy has the power to inspire creativity, deepen relationships, and remind you of what truly matters. Cultivating moments of joy, no matter how small, generates positive energy that can ripple into other areas of your life, creating a sense of abundance and gratitude. Even emotions like sadness carry energy that can be meaningful. While sadness often feels heavy and immobilizing, it also has a reflective quality that encourages introspection and healing. The energy of sadness invites you to slow down, process your experiences, and connect with your inner self. By allowing yourself to fully feel and understand this emotion, you can release it in a healthy way, creating space for renewal and growth. You can release it in a healthy way, creating space for renewal and growth. Fear, often labeled as a paralyzing force, also holds valuable energy when approached with the right mindset. The presence of fear signals that you are stepping outside your comfort zone or confronting uncertainty. Instead of avoiding fear, acknowledging and working through it can unleash its energy as courage. This process requires patience and self-trust, but the rewards are immense, as it allows you to move forward despite challenges. The energy of emotions is not isolated to your internal experience. It also affects those around you. Emotions like enthusiasm and excitement can ignite a room, inspiring others to share in your vision or motivation. Conversely, unchecked negativity can create an atmosphere of tension and resistance. Being mindful of how your emotional energy influences your environment helps you foster positivity and connection in your relationships and interactions. In this chapter, identify the importance of gratitude, the sense of appreciation and being present in your relationships and interactions. One of the most transformative aspects of emotional energy is its ability to be redirected. If you feel overwhelmed by negative emotions, their energy can be channeled into physical activity, creativity, or problem solving. For example, the anxiety that keeps you restless can be used to fuel a workout or a brainstorming session. This redirection not only helps you process the emotion, but also allows you to transform it into something productive and meaningful. Ultimately, emotions are a dynamic source of energy that offer guidance and insight. By understanding their nuances and embracing their presence, You can learn to work with them rather than against them. The key lies in observing your emotions without judgment, recognizing the energy they carry, and intentionally directing that energy in ways that align with your values and goals. Mastering your emotions is a lifelong practice that requires self-awareness, patience, and intentional effort. Emotions are a natural part of the human experience, but how you respond to them can determine the quality of your relationships, decisions, and overall well-being. Developing practical techniques to manage and channel your emotions effectively allows you to live with greater balance and purpose. These practices don't eliminate emotions, but rather help you navigate them in a healthy and constructive way. One of the most foundational practices for mastering emotions is mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages you to stay present and observe your emotions as they arise without judgment. Instead of being swept away by anger, sadness, or frustration, you learn to notice the emotion, acknowledge it, and create space to respond thoughtfully. Simple mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing or body scans can ground you in the present moment and reduce the intensity of overwhelming emotions. And reduce the intensity of overwhelming emotions. Journaling is another powerful tool for understanding and managing emotions. Writing down your thoughts and feelings provides clarity and helps you uncover patterns in your emotional responses. For example, you might notice that certain situations consistently trigger anxiety or irritation. By identifying these patterns, you can take proactive steps to address the underlying causes and develop strategies for handling similar situations in the future. Practicing self-compassion is essential for mastering emotions. When you're struggling with difficult feelings, it's easy to criticize yourself for not being stronger or more in control. However, self-compassion reminds you that emotions are a natural part of being human and that it's okay to feel vulnerable. By treating yourself with kindness and understanding, you create a supportive internal environment that allows you to process emotions without unnecessary guilt or shame. Another effective practice is learning to reframe your thoughts. Often, the way you interpret a situation can amplify your emotional reaction. For example, viewing a mistake as a personal failure may lead to feelings of worthlessness, while seeing it as an opportunity to learn can inspire growth. Cognitive reframing helps you challenge negative or distorted thoughts and replace them with perspectives that are more balanced and empowering. Physical activity is a practical way to regulate emotions, as it helps release built-up tension and boost your mood. When you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, engaging in exercise, whether it's a walk, yoga session, or intense workout, can channel emotional energy in a positive direction. Physical movement also stimulates the production of endorphins, which promote feelings of happiness and relaxation. Setting boundaries is another key practice for emotional mastery. Allowing others to overstep your limits or consistently ignoring your own needs can lead to resentment and emotional exhaustion. Learning to say no, prioritize your well-being, and communicate your needs clearly empowers you to protect your emotional health. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out, but creating space to thrive and maintain balance in your relationships. Lastly, seeking support when needed is a vital component of mastering emotions. Whether through friends, family, or professional counselors, having a trusted network to share your feelings and experiences can provide valuable perspective and encouragement. Talking through your emotions with someone who understands helps you process them more effectively and reduces the sense of isolation that often accompanies challenging times.